So I'm here with, a great friend and former colleague and head of, or former head, I guess now,
Yes, in a
of
transition
BMW China, CEO of BMW China, just about to take over as head of Mini for all of the Americas.
Yep.
Sean Green.
Nice to see you again,
Good to
Steve.
see you,
Great to
Sean,
see you
yeah.
after, I think, 12 years?
12 years,
or
something
14
like
years
that.
Or something like that,
Yeah.
Long time no see.
Tell us a little bit about what people don't understand about the Chinese market. You were saying to me that, what we're seeing is sort of tip of the iceberg, really.
Absolutely. I mean, I think everyone understands the scale of the Chinese business and the scale of the market. It's by far the biggest car market in the world. I think what people don't yet see is all of the innovation power coming out of China. So in the UK, I think last month, JQ was the number one selling car as part of the Chery Group. JQ doesn't exist in China. It's not a brand for China. And actually, in terms of technology that's there, I would say it's on the pretty basic level. So even at, let's say, £35,000 seems cheap in the UK, that would be considered a very expensive car in China. So what you get is incredible value for money.
That would probably cost about $20,000.
Here I'd say, closer to £20,000, that equivalent car over here. So what you get for £35,000 in China will blow your mind in terms of the autonomous driving capabilities, which is almost a level 3 system. Not technically can do everything, but they keep it as a level 2 system. For the internal electronic, you have sofas, you have fridges, you have everything inside. Massage functions in every seat. The value for money that you get in China now is just incredible. It's not just value for money, it's the innovation power. And you see incredible innovation. The show, I'm sure you'll see many innovations as you walk around, particularly from brands like Huawei, which is one of the market leaders here, but also Xiaomi. I mean, Xiaomi is now, only 3 years old, but you look at the power they have. I think it's amazing when you walk around. If you haven't been in China, you said the last time you were in Beijing was 2011. Yeah. The difference of China.
I've seen it.
I mean, it's a different country compared to 2011. The advancement that you see, not only in the automotive industry, but across the technologies. Everything is a cashless society. Nobody uses cash. I haven't used cash for probably 5-6 years.
It must have been challenging from your point of view, because you obviously have had to represent what the Chinese market wants from BMW. And BMW is all about dynamics and very important how the car looks. But as we were saying, the Chinese customers the inside of the car is almost more important than the outside, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at the average speeds in cities like Beijing and Shanghai, it's a very low speed market. So when you talk about driving dynamics, maybe that's a harder sell. But there is a segment within China that still loves driving. And the argumentation is, even in an autonomous world, when the car is driving itself most of the time, that arguably makes the driving dynamics even more important, because when I want to drive it myself, I want to really drive it and I want to experience the great driving feel. So we're pushing still hard with what we call jiao shi le qu, which is sheer driving pleasure in Chinese. And that's still at the heart of the brand, and it remains at the heart of the brand. And if you look at the autonomous system that we're bringing with a local company called Momenta, again, it's about how you interact with the car. So it's really like a co-pilot. It doesn't take over, but it's very interactive. So you can even apply the brake pedal whilst you're doing it, and it won't turn the system off. Like normal system would turn off. This actually, you can use it together. So it's really like a real assisted driving in every
symbiotic thing.
Exactly. And we talk about symbiotic driving, yes.
I presume that technology is coming through into Mini as well.
I mean, as always in our brand, it sort of starts at the top and then bleeds down through the whole range and across the group. Some of the technologies may be rather bespoke to China because it's not necessarily needed in other parts of the world. And maybe it's not easy, but I think we have, for example, a technology company in Nanjing. It's a joint venture with a local software developer called BA TechWorks, and we started that company around 4 years ago. They do all of the digital innovation inside the car. So, for example, on BMWs you see around the world, we have a festival mode. So the whole screen lights up at Christmas times or certain anniversaries and shows a nice video. That's all written in the code in Nanjing. But we do it for the whole world. So there's a lot of benefit of the innovation power from China and the speed we can bring it to market that benefits everywhere across the group in all countries. And we continue to do that.
And at the show here for BMW, yesterday you debuted the new 7 Series, which is, some might think was a facelift, but it's much more than that, isn't it? Because it's pretty much a new car, isn't it, almost?
Absolutely. I mean,
maybe not the metal so much.
No, I mean, of course, the underpinnings of the car itself is still from the previous generation, but essentially we've changed everything on the car. So the exterior is completely changed, interior completely changed. So essentially it is a new car.
A new car, yes.
And we bring all of the technologies from the Neue Klasse, so the iX3 and the i3 that we bring at the end of this year, early next year, all of that technology again goes into the 7 Series as well.
As always, I guess it's a halo product, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. So 7 will be actually the first car on the road will be the 7 with all the new technology.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it helps us position the car very well.
Yeah. Okay. And of course you've got what? Long wheelbase iX3, which is made here.
Yes, I mean long wheelbase is always
the
the topic for China, and people don't understand why. But actually, you know, the family use in China, a lot of people will take their parents or grandparents together with them on journeys.
Yeah.
So having a rather luxurious second seat row or even third seat row is actually very important to the Chinese. And we had the first long wheelbase back in I think 2006 when we extended the 5 Series in our local joint venture here. And now it's almost a given that every car you bring, you have to bring an extended wheelbase. And that 110 or 100 millimeters makes a huge difference to the feeling of space inside the car. When you only have to drive the global X5 and drive our local X5, it's really a big difference and feeling of space inside the car. And that's important to the Chinese.
I notice even the i3, which you're showing here, is the long wheelbase version.
Yes, yes. Yeah. So I mean, on the i3 again, people expect the longer wheelbase, and it's about making sure that the driving dynamics are not compromised at the same time. Because when you lengthen the car, it can affect it, but the team, they know how to do it. They do a great job.
No, they do it fantastically well because the overall look of the car isn't compromised at all, is it?
I think honestly, sometimes our look cars look better because if I go to Europe and look at the standard cars, I think it looks like it's been compressed. Yeah. So I like the long wheelbase cars. It's very elegant, and we'll see next generations of X5s and X7s. Let's see what we get.
So, what would BMW want to get from this show?
I mean, this is the official launch of the Neue Klasse. So we've been talking about that car for quite some time. We launched it already in September last year in Europe. The car will go on sale at the end of this year, but really it's our chance to showcase what BMW's answer is to the requirements of China.
And I suppose this is the premier auto show in the world now, isn't it?
I'd say it's going to be the biggest show. I mean, between Beijing and Shanghai, and they alternate each year. Now would be one of I think the biggest show in the world because everything else has gone smaller.
Yeah,
we have
all gone away.
All gone away. I mean, we have actually in China we have around 85, 90 shows a year.
Yeah.
So it's still very much a selling show. It's not just a branding exercise.
Okay. Oh, people can actually buy cars.
Yeah. So also in Beijing, I mean, less so obviously on the press days, but on the trade days, then we have dealer staff on the stand. They're actively selling.
Okay.
So we will sell a lot of cars this week from the Beijing show.
I mean, it's a big investment, so that helps the investment, doesn't it?
Yeah, and this year, I mean, the Beijing show this year, because we're in a new hall, is twice the size of last year. So, of course, the investment is twice the size as well. But it's important.
It's impressive, though.
Shanghai is a similar size and similar footprint, so there's always this internal competition in China between the two cities. But I'm super happy with this year's stand. I mean, it's amazing.
It looks great.
The team have done a great job.
Looks really good. Well, listen, Sean, thank you for that. It's really good to catch up with you and see you
again. Great to see you too.
And I really wish you well in America.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure you'll knock it out of the park as you always have.
Thank you very much. No, Steve, Steve was actually the manager that employed me in BMW nearly 38 years ago. So I have to say thank you for that opportunity because it's been brilliant.
Well, I mean, that was a small contribution from me. The rest is all down to you. But it's been good. It's been great to watch that progress over the years. But it's great to catch up again.
Fantastic. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.